Hello and welcome. My name is TyrionLanstr. Well, folks, as you may already know, we just recently got our new May update, and it's time to break it all down. Alright, so first things first, I want to be clear that there is actually a kind of bonus part of this update. We got a new commander, and I will also be talking about that new commander here. Additionally, the all-out war changes, as they said, it has been massively changed. So I'm going to do the changes to an all-out war in a different video. This is just going to be focused on the other changes and improvements we got. As you can see, we have some improved kind of quality of life experiences with the city affairs, army, and guide icons. Similarly, with the Weirdwood tree related things, I feel like those are also kind of quality of life changes that I'll get into. Then they've added this new first clear reward with rebel groups, and we've also just another kind of smaller quality of life thing. They've changed the text because the pandemic, I think the game has officially declared the pandemic is over. So let's go ahead and start right there. If we go to our benefits tab, as we can see, what used to be the pandemic now says beautiful new world. Together we advance toward a better world. The heavier our burdens are now, the light we shall feel when we overcome them. I love this. It's a nice sentiment. I think that it's good to change this into something new to reflect the fact that the pandemic is in fact over. But we also have some other quality of life changes. As you can see here, the 3 icons for our guides, the city affairs, as well as the army tabs are all now located over here on the right. They used to be over here. It was very cluttered, kind of hard to see things. They have little labels for them. Huge fan, makes our life better. Always going to be supportive of that. Next, let's quickly take a look at the Weirdwood tree. So the main change that I've noted for us here is if you go to the shop, now instead of the determinations being all the same commanders being together, so you'd have the Aria 2000, the Aria 3000, the Aria 3000, now they have all the 2000 cost Weirdwood token commanders, and then at the bottom they repeat them again at their 3000 cost. Also, instead of having like 3 or 4 different pages of them being limited at 50, it just consolidated it down, made this shop menu much easier and nicer to look at. Again, quality of life things, not a substantive change, but definitely making our lives a lot easier. Alright, so as I said, there's also kind of a bonus part of this update. We also got the introduction of a new commander. Now, I think that many people may be aware that the current meta of the game is pretty heavily weighted towards both infantry setups using the bleed or cavalry setups using the female commander army actives. So Sinel and Daron have both been really big centerpieces of those setups. Diana definitely is helpful to the weakness setup, but I think most people would say that spears are pretty off meta right now. From the perspective of just using a mono troop type, weakness setup typically uses multiple troop types. That's how it's most effective. As a result, you see mono cav and mono inf much more prevalent. So hopefully, in my mind, to remedy that, we have the appearance of a new level 20 commander, probably going to be 1,000 black diamonds in the shop. We don't have any of him available just yet, but we do have him here, and his name, I believe I'm pronouncing it right, is Armiden, something like that. And let's just take a quick look. So as you can see, just like the old top 5 commanders, we have 25% total defense, health, and attack. So it's a little bit worse than like the Night King, but on par with, Daenerys, Sandor Clegane, Peter Baelish, Cersei Lannister, Jon Snow, all those, it's the same as them. We don't have his awakening skill yet. I'll do a new video once we learn a little bit more about him, how to get him, what his awakening skill is going to be. But we do have his basic skills that he would use in Weirdwood trials and such like that. I sort of don't see him being a huge game changer in that way. But who knows? I think that this kind of power of the supporters, where each attack has a 50% chance to recover 50,000 or 5,000 health, that seems to me like that might be particularly impactful and could be really good. honestly just can't tell for sure whether or not he is going to be someone that changes any of your setups for Rebel Leaders or Weirwood Trials or Training Ground. But other than that, we just don't know a whole lot more than him. Like I said, once we do know more, we will talk about him some more. But for now, hopefully, I think he will be going to the weakness attacks and setup and maybe be buffing them a little bit to make it a little bit more even with the bleed and females. Alright, so that's it for our commanders, our new commander. That's it for this update. Definitely a lot going on in the game right now. Lots of fun stuff. Really excited for the new All Out War event. And definitely with the conclusion of UC, it's definitely a good time in the game. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. And until next time, my name is TyrionLanstr. I'll see you then.